Joining me now is West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey. So we've got to get to that in just a moment, Governor, and it's great to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
I'm so sorry for these guardsmen and for your state
It's
right
terrible.
now. I just want to get an update on Andrew Wolf. How's he doing? I know you spent yesterday with his family.
You know, I will say that all of our hearts and prayers in West Virginia are going out to the Wolf family. And we have a hero here in West Virginia. This person, everyone loved him. He was courageous. And right now he's fighting for his life. He's in very serious condition. I'm not going to play doctor and opine on what's going to happen, but everyone needs to step up and pray for this individual. The parents are welcoming prayers. They only had one request from me, Lisa. It was send as many prayers as possible to help lift him up, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, so folks at home, make sure that you pray for Andrew Wolf and his family as well, because it's not how they wanted to spend Thanksgiving, so we pray for them. Now, Governor, I got to get to what we heard at the intro. I mean, the Democrats here on the left, they're trying to blame President Trump. They're saying the National Guard should have been here in Washington, D.C. When you hear that, what do you think?
Well, first of all, it's outrageous, and it shows a level of disrespect to the people that put their lives on the line every single day. So I want to make sure people understand what we're dealing with here. Right now in the district, there are about 160 to 170 West Virginia National Guardsmen, and they're here on a voluntary basis. That means that they sign up for the mission of protecting the city. They believed in the mission. They want to support their state. They want to support their country. And by the way, the mission is working. By all accounts, crime is way down in D.C., and the guardsmen will tell you, by and large, that what they're doing is working. When people see law enforcement officers walking around, when they see National Guardsmen walking around, they welcome it. They want safety. That's what the fundamental of government is about: protect your people. They were protecting people. And for folks to try to point them out and somehow give them some responsibility of what happened, that's outrageous. That's politics that needs to be rejected. But that's what we've seen coming from the left in recent years. But now we have to say absolutely not. What President Trump is doing is he's cleaning up from the Biden border disorder that we saw. And when I was Attorney General, Lisa, I used to sue over those policies all the time. But there's a lot of leftovers. And I think what you saw the president do today in terms of the vetting policies and the announcement on the visas, those are good things to do, because we have to have dramatic action to make sure this kind of absurd violence never happens again.
You know, we've seen, the people on the left, obviously they're furious with what President Trump's doing in some of these cities. We've seen the attacks on ICE. We've seen sort of this rhetoric. It seems like if you wear a badge or a uniform, you're subject of attack from the left. Are they putting our National Guardsmen in a dangerous position here with some of the rhetoric?
Look, I just saw some of the clips here, and it really looks like they're pointing a finger at them and saying these people are part responsible. Once again, these are volunteers. These people believe in the cause. And how could any right-minded person not believe that it's right to clean up a city? I mean, the statistics are so clear of how crime is going down. But I think there's something broader here. When you look at what the left tried to do with the defund the police movement, and they wanted to make it so difficult to be in law enforcement. Now they want to make it so difficult to be in the National Guard. They want to make it so difficult to be one of the troops defending our country with honor. We're not going to let them do that. When the evildoers come at us, we have to stand up and say, no, that's what we're doing in West Virginia.
Yeah, and they're telling us, first of all, D.C. wasn't dangerous and they should have never been there. Right. And then now we put them in a dangerous position. And it's like, well, which one is it? Know? So, but we're praying for your state. We're praying for those guardsmen. We're praying for Andrew Wolf that he's going to pull through, Governor. So thank you for being us
thank you,
here
Lisa.
tonight.
African-American boys climbed aboard, chasing hope. They were tired, hungry, and desperate for work. Each carried dreams heavier than their few belongings. They didn't know it yet, but this train would not take them to opportunity. It would carry them straight into the pages of history. The train rattled through the countryside, filled with vagrants, black and white, all riding illegally just to move from one dying town to another. Some white boys picked a fight with the black boys on board. Rocks were thrown, fists flew. The fight was over in minutes. But when the train stopped,